Hello YouTube, this is my first video of my hybrid wind and solar system, so please be kind. I know my camera work isn't going to be the best, and the system that you're looking at is probably going to look like a nightmare to most of you, but I started this project probably about a year ago, and my main thing was I didn't believe that it could actually be done. I do have a science degree actually in biology, so I am what I consider a man of science, and I have to see things for myself to actually, I guess, agree with things being done. So my system basically is 3 solar panels. They are 195 watt each. They're German made. I believe it's Schueten is the how you pronounce that. I could be wrong. And then I do have a wind turbine that I kind of pieced together, parts here, parts there, off of eBay. But basically it is a Missouri Wind and Solar super dual with 9 blades, 9 of the G4 Raptor blades on it. What I use the wind turbine for mostly is for my battery bank. Right now I currently have 6 batteries. They're 105 amp hour. They are in series, so to make a 24 volt system. I've got a few inverters, as you can see, 2 charge controllers, the Coleman, which is just amazing workhorse charge controller, and there you can see it just dumped. You can see also that the batteries are full from the green light there. The way I've got this set up, it actually will dump into resistors or into this top inverter, or both at the same time by using that battery switch. It does seem to work for the way that I have my system set up right now, and I am planning on changing this and cleaning it all up and making it safer, putting all the different I guess brake switches, things like that, breakers, fuses, different things like that into the system. And then this charge controller I found on eBay, and it actually works really well, very similar to what an Outback might do or a Midnight, only it's solar only. But the whole aspect of doing MPPT is, it for sure makes a difference. It really does. Just today, it's a very good sunny day, and I'll try showing you that in a few minutes here, but I was getting at one point, it's not doing it right now because the sun's not quite out fully here, but I was getting 530 watts from the inverter that the solar panels are hooked up to with this charge controller. And if you look at that, the 0.03 kilowatts, so 30 watts, and it could be up to 39. It doesn't go into 40 until it actually hits 40. So, but this will, you know, I've seen it up into the 200s when it's actually putting all the juice into the batteries. But with that having 30 watts and sometimes more, as you see in there, and then what's going in from the inverter, I actually saw today a total of 610 watts between what was going in from the inverter and what was going into the batteries from the charge controller, which is just amazing considering I only have a total of 585 watts that those solar panels can do. And there's no wind today, so wind's not doing anything. The amps, or I guess voltage, that's showing here and everything's full. I just completed an equalize mode. I thought I'd take advantage of having that much power coming from the sun today and equalize. So everything's good and full right now. I know this is a wiry mess. It looks terrible, but I am going to fix it. My main thing was just testing things out, seeing if things would work, and I've been playing with things. This battery switch here is actually, I can flip that on to this bottom power inverter, and that is drawing power just from the battery bank if I want to pull power from the battery bank. I don't have things hooked up yet as far as to any particular appliances or anything like that, but I am just feed into the grid that way. I do have that capability though, once I get some other inverters that are just regular inverters, not grid tie, that I can, you know, power things when electricity goes down. And I live out in the country and our electricity goes down a lot, so that was the main reason for trying this system out and doing a hybrid in the aspect of even on grid or off grid. So I really really like it. I plan on expanding on it. Right now our electric is through American Electric Power AEP, and my bill basically is down 30% just from these 3 solar panels and the wind turbine, which is wonderful. It's my wife and 3 kids, so a family of 5, and our house is totally electric. So electric baseboard heat, which is awful, and then electric water heater. Everything is electric. The stove is electric. So I do during the wintertime I burn wood, so that actually supplements my electric usage during the winter. So we don't use a whole lot in that regard. But that's pretty much system. There it's hitting 535, 38, almost 540, and 30 watts are going into the batteries right now. So that's pretty darn good, considering the system is a total of 585 watts at 100%, and you know, you just can't get 100% out of panels. There's all kinds of losses through the wire and temperature especially. So winter is the best time I've seen. Definitely get a lot better power during the winter as far as true time or anything like that. During the summer though, obviously, you know, it's spread out, so there's sunlight a lot longer during the day. But I'll show you real quick the rest of my system, the solar panels and the wind turbine. Okay, There's a little bit of a breeze, so I apologize if the microphone is picking that up. These are my solar panels. It's just 3 of them. I do have them ground mounted. I kind of like it because during the winter time I can come out and brush off the snow when there's snow on the ground, or snow has covered them. Over time the panels do heat up enough that it can melt off the snow, but by coming out and just brushing it off quick, it gets me producing power a lot faster. So it's just simply ground mounted. I can change the angle, which I do. So they're down at about 37 degrees, I think, right now for the winter, and then I get them up to about 70 during the summertime, and they're facing directly south. So that's what's making my power, and I'm pretty happy with just that. But like I said, if I can get some more panels, I plan on getting 4 to 6 more and putting them on a tracker, and I think once I do that, I will probably be pretty much set with my system. And I don't know, it is addicting. I've heard that from other people, and you know, you start scraping for money just to get another piece of equipment to make things better. So alright, I'll show you the wind turbine. Alright, so this is the wind turbine. Again, it's just slightly breezy, but not really windy by any means. It is on a 30-foot tower, just in guy wires. Like I said, that is a super dual, so there's 2 motors there. It has made it through some extreme wind. Back in late June, early July of last year, we had a wind shear that came through up really high, where we actually have a mega wind farm. They were clocking about 95-mile-per-hour winds. And basically down here they were saying that they were about 60-65 mile per hour winds, and this made it through it like a champ. Now, I wasn't able to read what kind of amps that it was making at the time, and I did have it on a break well, during the really high winds. But recently here during the winter, our winters are really our windy season, and the best that I've seen is basically 26 amps. So 13 amps per motor, for a total of 26 amps. I'm sure that there might be better out there, but really for what I'm using it for is just to keep the batteries charged, and any excess power, like I said, I've got it set up so it does dump either into the grid or into resistors. When I'm not home, I flip it to the resistors just to be on the safe side in case power does go out. But that's my wind turbine and my solar system making power. Thank you, and again, I apologize for being green, my first video, and also for the design of my system as it is right now. Again, like I said, I'm just simply trying to make my system work best for me, and I didn't want to have everything all cleaned up just yet until I got it to the way that I want it to be on a more of a permanent basis. So thank you.